Mr. Clutch has got 6. The Jazz have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Gobert with a screen for Lynn, fading on the double team.
That's a wall.
Favors can't get it to go.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Vucevic with the bucket.
4 or 5 shots have dropped for them already. Not a bad way to get things started.
And Gobert with the basket on the assist by Lynn.
Assist from
Gobert's got his first 2 points of the night. It's stolen by Gobert. Hayward outside. Gobert with a screen for Lynn. To the inside. It's stolen by Vucevic. And here we go with the Magic fast break.
That is as athletic a move as you're going to see right there, folks. Unbelievable.
Clark, what about the hang time?
You're talking about hang time. That fella had helium in those shoes.
And you're going to need some hang time to pull off that kind of a 360. Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Pass to Mr. Clutch. Favors brings the double. Here's Mr. Clutch. Fended by Hayward. No good from Mr. Clutch. The Jazz have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. And yes, sir, that one drops. 8 points for Gordon Hayward.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Gobert brings the double team. Hayton. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Hayward goes in. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. And that's 10 points for Gordon Hayward.
Magic timeout called. Ladies and gentlemen, your Magic Johnson. Magic dancers.
There's 1:38 left in the first quarter. And Oladipo kicks to Fournier. Magic leading by 4. And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at the Jazz. Burks the off guard with Hayward at the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Lyles. And it's Burke in at the 1. No good from Mr. Clutch.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Celtics got down to business. He finished 21 points and was his usual self on the glass, grabbing just about any missed shot that came off the rim. His performance just another outstanding outing that has become more and more common for him.
Great job, Doris. Thank you, guys. It's going to be very interesting to see if he can stay in a role like that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes those hot streaks can last for days, and I'm sure they'll be feeding him the basketball, hoping he's still got that mojo working.
Well, they ought to. I mean, when you've got a thoroughbred like him, I think you've got to ride him for as long as he'll carry.
He might not have the long-range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Burke kicks to Gobert. Dishes to Hayward. Jazz passing it around. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Mr. Clutch. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
So here's Burks. A 23-point game for him in the win against the Wizards in Washington.
Yeah, and he also did a great job on the backboards, Kev, and that also was a factor. It only took them a few seconds to answer the 3 ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a 3-point battle taking shape here.
No good from Mr. Clutch.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Gobert with a screen for Burke. That one's good, and the Magic lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Wiles.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession.
And checking out the stats for Burke, last season's performance for him. Last season chipped in 11 points per game, 3 assists and 2 rebounds. And after a disappointing season last time around, he's got to feel like he's got a lot to prove.
Well, he's got the talent. I mean, he just needs to identify what wasn't working last season and then get busy fixing it.
Rodney Hood's checked in for Utah. Here's Mr. Clutch. So it's the Jazz now. Jazz trail by 3. Burke with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Wiles, the basket good off the assist from Hayward.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Gordon, the pass to Barry. Here's Mr. Clutch. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
And a pretty tight.
Fans, get ready for... Ladies and gentlemen,
Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well. Freak really making a difference here.
That slasher mentality was on display in that first half. He got to the rim consistently.
Boy, I tell you what, he's got that great first step, and he must have had some quickness porridge or something because he looks a little faster today than normal.
Peyton and Oladipo, the explosive backcourt pair. And Vucevic together in the post, and it's Mr. Clutch in at the 3. That's who's out there for Orlando. Gobert with a screen on Payton. The feed to Hayward. From past the arc, shot is off. So Orlando will take it the other way. Oh! Where did that come from? It was beautiful.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. The Jazz shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
And this year, they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
The Magic have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. And he sinks the second. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Uncovered. The shot misses. And Orlando will come the other way. Here's Mr. Clutch. Wow, and that sort of... showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure. And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Can't get it to go. Gobert with the defensive effort.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
And the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. And Gobert kicks to Hood. And here's Favors. He's been producing a fair amount of offense night in and night out as he's averaging 14 points a game.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
Burke, he's checked in for Jeremy Lin. Passes it to Fournier. Here's Mr. Clutch. Defended by Hayward. No good from Mr. Clutch.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Hayward outside. Six on the shot clock. Rebounded by Mr. Clutch. Mr. Clutch has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Payton. And it goes as the official for the Magic. Mr. Clutch comes in for Vucevic. And it's Hezonja in for Elfrid Payton. Exum kicks to Favors. And that comes off the assist by Exum. And that's now 7 points for Derek Favors.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Pass to Hezonja from the arc. And good on the basket. Book it. And the Magic lead by 6.
I like his composure there under pressure as he was being double-teamed. Terrific pass.
1:15 left in the third. Hayward outside. Hits the jumper in space. Hayward's got 5 points now this quarter.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
And he gets it to go.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
And it's Hayward again missing.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open. Mr.
Clutch, the pass to Hubbard. He dishes it to Fournier. Here's Mr. Clutch. to the right wing. And it's off from three-point range. Jazz trail by 6. Kicks it to Hayward. And he gets it to go. Hayward's got 17.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
Here's Mr. Clutch. And no good trying to get that one. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Magic lead by 4. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. So on the floor for Utah, Favors and Gobert are the shot-blocking duo inside. Jeremy Lin is out there with Hood, and it's Burks in at the 3 spot. Here's Mr. Clutch. Here's Gordon. Goes to the reverse layup and pops it in.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
Jazz trail by 4. Lin dishes to Favors. He feeds it to Burks. Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession.
You know, that's hard to explain that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
The Magic shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. Here's Mr. Clutch. Favors brings the double. Here's Gordon. Nice shot from 10 feet out. And now a 6-point Magic lead.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Now here's Lin. He's tightly guarded. Hood kicks to Lin. Favors with the screen. 5 on the clock. 3-pointer. Lin's shot is off.
That's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Yeah, I think in that case, you've got to go elsewhere with the ball. You just can't rise up over the top of him when he's on you. When you're hot, you're hot. And that's certainly been the case for Mr. Clutch. 18 points and some good assists, too. 4 of them. He's getting it done, making plays by setting up his teammates and grabbing some nice boards, too.
And also, how about the intangibles? All the little things that he's done. That's also really important.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Quinn Snyder was saying to his team. He told them to stick with what's worked to this point, saying, listen, they're giving us all the space we need inside. Let's take advantage of it. Keep working the ball inside the paint.
Here's Favors, and goaltending is going to be the call, so they get the basket there anyway.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
And I like the way he's settled down here. I mean, after the sloppy first half, he's done a much better job taking care of the ball.
Lin against Payton. The pass to Burks. Lets it go with the 3. And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession. Here's Gobert. Yes! And a nice assist from Lin. Lin's got his 6th assist on the night. Orlando leading by 3. Tries from 10. Once again off the mark, Orlando. For Utah, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Hood gets the bucket.
That's some grit and determination in the post. Essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Exactly. This is the time to attack on the interior and convert those easy opportunities.
Burks' shot is good. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for Utah?
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get.
Well, as we move into the fourth, it's been an even game.
Yeah, it has been. Neither team able to create any significant separation so far.
Guys, teams have exchanged the lead 5 times thus far.
And the Jazz making a change here. Hayward's checked in. Here's Mr. Clutch, defended by Hayward, and there's the basket. Good for Mr. Clutch.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
Payton on the double team. Lynn the pass to Hayward. That's good. Hayward's got 19 points.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
And it's Gordon missing.
Well, he's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
What a game for Favors. 9 points, and he's been a good on-the-ball defender, too. He's got a pair of steals.
Yeah, he's just made a lot of very heads-up plays, and his defense really has been a difference maker. You can tell that miss at the line might stick with him for a while. Always hurts to miss a chance to take the lead.
Lynn dishes to Hayward. To the inside, Gobert. The Jazz again can't hit it. For Orlando, they've gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Rebounded by the Jazz. 1:31 left in the fourth quarter, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. And Orlando has possession. Hayward comes with the double team. The wide open look here for Oladipo. Another miss by Orlando. Hayward with the ball. Now guarded by Mr. Clutch. In the corner, it's Lynn. Gobert the screen. And they take the lead. Lynn's got the lead up to 2 now for the Jazz.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run. Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
Hayward goes in. Out left to the wing. Here's Hood. And a miss there on the triple. Here's the 3. No good from Mr. Clutch.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's had.
And it's not showing any signs, Greg, of turning around here soon. I mean, his touch is basically gone AWOL.
.29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but at least they did get the clock stopped. That is the one saving grace of that situation.
Can't sink it, and that was an important free throw.
Yeah, disappointing not to convert all of them, but he did get the one to give them the lead.
Here is Hayward. It's tipped. Stolen by Gordon, and he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Big-time free throws there. That could be the difference. It forces them now into a 3-point attempt.
17 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Favors offensive rebound.
That was massive.
You know it. He's stepping right into the spotlight there.
They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that will put them up by 2. Lynn kicks to Hayward. Can't knock in the 3. And so the big...
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak.
The thing that has to jump out at you is all of those points in the paint. He found every gap in the defense that he could, and he never stopped attacking the basket. If the D was expecting him to just hang out on the perimeter, they were wrong.
When Freak puts it all together, it's no contest to who the best player on the court is. He was outstanding tonight. His feel and understanding of the game were on display.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.